What's up, guys? So concluding today's maintenance, we do have the battle armor feature in, the Naruto Online for the English side. And basically the way this works is it pretty much gives stats to your entire team, as well as it changes your main's appearance outside of battle, like when you're walking around. And honestly, I think it's very cool. I really like the cloak. I would really love to get the last one, it's just so nice and everything. It changes your main's appearance. But the best part about it is that it gives you a lot of battle power, and the way you get the cloths as well as the threads is by doing the Hanzo attacks thing. Now, this video is gonna be my experience through it. Like, don't be fooled, alright? It took me at least an hour and like a half or something just to finally manage to start beating him, and it is just like, I'm gonna basically just tell you about it, what you should expect, what you should try, because man, he is nuts. So you have the daily purchase event, which pretty much gives you seal scrolls. You have summoning rebates. Now I'm kind of salty because I did like 200 summons 2 days ago, and if you do 100 summons, you get like 22 summon scrolls back. So, and then you have the ninja puzzle. So you pretty much choose one of them. You pretty much you follow the layout, get the puzzle exactly how it should be, and you get the rewards. I didn't try the puzzle yet. I'm gonna try it later. I'm terrible when it comes to puzzles. I remember doing all those RuneScape like treasure trails bullshit. I could not do puzzles to save my life. So it's gonna be kind of hard for me, I would assume. But basically, the way the battle armor thing is you have cloths to give extra stats to you and your entire team, and then you have the threads, which pretty much upgrade you to the next cloak or the coat, whatever you want to call it. And the only way you get it is by beating Hanzo. There's 3 different difficulties. I would say do the normal one because that's pretty much obviously the easiest one you could try, and you get the low level cloths which you need to start leveling. So first things first, my friend suggested a team. He said to basically use Kakashi, Sakura, and Sai. Now this team did not fucking work for me. I was disappointed, because I had to basically put in a lot of resources to level them up, cultivate them. I was getting pissed too. I mean, I think I spent at least like 20-30 minutes with this team trying to get it work. You have to use the Kiroku deer. The upgraded version of the deer, I believe, is it's not the Kirin. No, it might be the Kirin. I think it's the Kirin. And the Kirin is the second rarest pet to get, so if you don't have it, use the deer. But this shit was frustrating, man. I had to basically try and sweep instances, level them up, then do the cat thing, get more experience, food, level them up. I had basically try to cultivate them a little bit. I got swept. Like, Jesus, Hanzo just destroyed me. So I went back, did survival trial. Started doing survival trial, got more cultivation runes, cultivated them even more, even got some awakenings in. I was basically trying to get that team to work. It just would not work. Like, it would not work. For some of you, it will. I mean, if you don't have pretty much a lot of ninjas, you're gonna have to stick with either Kabuto, Sakura, Sai, or Kakashi, Sakura, Sai. But you can also try Sakura, Sai, and Kabuto. Those are pretty much the ninjas that I keep hearing when it comes to like a pretty much free team to use. So definitely gives those a shot. I've seen people use like Sasuke's, but that's pretty much for 2v2. I would recommend you to try the solo, because the 2v2 is pretty much ridiculous. It's kind of like almost twice as hard in a way. And I was just struggling, and I forgot to swap over to the different team to do this. So the food trials kind of took a little bit longer than I assumed. But oh boy, it was just, I was wasting so many materials on this. I was really disappointed. And the funny thing is, I have a funny story for you. So while I'm doing this, pretty much, I had an unexpected visitor in my house. So, I don't know why my grandma and my younger brother, they left the freaking door open to the house. So I'm just here chilling on the couch, like playing the game and shit. And then I hear somebody like yelling. So I thought it was my grandma. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? And then no response. So I'm just here playing, trying to do that Hanzo shit. Some random lady walks into my place. She's like, hello, you called for me? I'm like, no, I didn't call. And then it's like a weird conversation going on. At the time, I'm confused. I'm like, how did she just like open the door, walk up here? And I'm just like chilling on my couch in my boxers and shit. So at the same time, I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck is going on? After a while, she shows me like this piece of paper. Basically showed like, oh yeah, she had the wrong house. It was the same address, but it was on a different street. So I had to basically tell her, walk her out. And I was just like, what the fuck half the time? I thought it was like my friends pranking me. They sent a call girl to my house or something. But that was just ridiculous, Like, I did not expect some random stranger just to walk into my house and go upstairs to me. But doing a survival trial, how I always use, the 4 pains. I decided to take out Shirado and go with animal pain just to see what would happen. And I kind of said that the animal pain just kind of sucks. I kind of got, smoked in the last fight for survival trial with the animal pain. Definitely way more combos involved with Shirado. Overall, the better choice, at least, I would say. He also interrupts. But, you know, it's ain't nothing funner than seeing the Pain Squad roll through. And, you know, I'm really happy I got all the Pains, but I still have to try for a Sage Jiraiya. I really was hoping that would have been like at least a Seal Scroll summoning event again, because I wouldn't mind. You know, I wouldn't say I would go for Tendo Pain, but I would want to get a Sage Jiraiya to replace Shirado on my team. And that way I can still maintain an 8-hit combo and pretty much get Konohamaru. Get Iruka and Hashirama to buff Sage Jiraiya, and it would have been a pretty fun team. But, you know, I'm really happy with the Battle Armor update. I just think it looks cool. That's just it. I know China has pretty much like a costume kind of thing for their mains, where I've seen some like mains just have suits on, swimwear for like the summer, or even like the fireman has like this kind of samurai outfit, and it just looks really nice. So I really can't wait when we get those updates. I thought that's what we were getting, but you know, we're just getting the one that gives stats, so it's good though. It's gonna increase your battle power. It's gonna take time. Obviously, you could buy the items from the shop, and I will talk more about that later on. I wouldn't say to buy the items now, or at least don't go too crazy on the spending, because there is gonna be an event in the future where you can actually get these threads on a discount, and you pretty much get, you know, items for spending. So I'll talk about that later on in the video, probably closer to the end. But I was just still like weirded out, man, when I saw that freaking girl just came up here and just start talking to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Who are you? Basically, like, it was something really unexpected. I have an extremely long day today. Have a headache. I went through so much stuff, man. This Hanzo thing just really put me on edge too, because there were moments where I was so close and I just couldn't get it to work. Then having to like just go ahead, and I was just disappointed that I went ahead and spent all those resources, like especially the cultivations on Sai Sakura. Like, I'm never gonna use them again. I pretty much had to use the Pain team, which thanks to T from my Discord chat, she pretty much, you know, said, oh, the Pains would make it easier. So I decided to give it a try because that freaking team was not working. And you know, after a few attempts, I did make the Pains to work. And then it's still kind of like, I wouldn't say it's 50-50, it's more like 80-20. Pretty much a majority of the time I have a good chance of winning, but sometimes, you know, Hanzo just like slaps you and shit. But overall, man, the Hanzo thing is really annoying. So the thing is, it's not about how much damage you do, it's about your combos. So when you get through the first 3 guys, you know, and you want to pretty much have a healer, someone that clears debuffs. That's why the Pains are so overpowered, because I have Jigo Kudo to heal, and then he can always revive when a Pain goes down, which they do when the Hanzo fight happens. And then you have Gakido basically clearing debuffs every round. So that was what makes the Pain team so good. But that is why you should be using Sakura on your team, or Kabuto, or any kind of healers, just because you need that sustain. Otherwise the poison is going to get to you eventually. And you pretty much need clones, you need combos as well. Why? Because when you fight Shizune on the second round, pretty much the only way you can beat her in a solo fight is you have to beat her with 15 hits. And pretty much no matter how much damage you're doing, you're only hitting her for 1 time. So it's pretty much 15 hits in a combo is going to kill her. So I would recommend you to have at least an 8 combo team. Don't go in there with anything lower than an 8 combo team, because you're going to pretty much have a hard time beating Shizune. And if you can't beat Shizune, you can't beat Hanzo. So when you finally beat Shizune, pretty much 15 hits, so pretty much 1 round of combos, and then you have to start it off again at the second start of the round before she heals back up. So you pretty much have to beat her 15 times before she heals. Yeah, you know, women beating, wow. So then you have the Hanzo fight in the 3rd round. Now the most annoying thing about the Hanzo round is the fact that there's a fucking Karin. She heals him, and you can't just like pretty much straight up nuke Hanzo unless you're just like, you know, strong as fuck or way higher level pretty much. But the problem is, when I saw a video, it was pretty much on the German version of Naruto Online. I saw it on YouTube, pretty much trying to find a guide for it with you know, Kakashi's Sai and Sakura team, or whatever team it was. Pretty much the way that happened was they had Karin in front of Hanzo. Now while the English version has Hanzo in front of her and Karin's in back, so it seems that they made it harder for the English version of Naruto Online. I don't know if they changed it in Germany as well, but when I saw the German video, it was pretty much Karin was all the way in the front, so you could nuke her no problem. You know, you combo her out first and then you go after Hanzo. That makes it so much easier. But since she's in the back, you're gonna have to pretty much do the Hanzo fight manually. Now with my Pains, I was able to do the first 2 rounds on auto, and then on the Hanzo thing I have to do it manually, because I have to use my main skill, my mains mystery, and my Ningendo Pains mystery to go ahead and start the combo off. And it's pretty much going to take me 2 rounds to kill Karin. Then after I kill her, then I pretty much leave it on auto, and then, you know, if my Pains can beat Hanzo, then I win. So here I took that L with the Animal Pad team, and I was like, damn. So I tried to switch the talents. I don't know, it was like bugging out. But when I refreshed the game, went back into it, it did change it. It just didn't change the description. So I had to go in with my pretty much regular team and, clear this one out. I just really wish I had, say Jiraiya, man. Shirado is good. I mean, the pains are all good. I would just say that the Animal Path is really lacking. There are some teams that are really good for her, especially for like water main teams. But I just didn't have much success with her. I never lost with a pain team in survival trial before, so when I saw me take that L with the Animal Path one, I was like, damn, what did I do wrong? So pretty much had to go back to the Hashirama team, and luckily they were able to do it. So but Naruto Online just keeps getting better for me, especially with these updates. I'm glad that they did the battle armor update now and they didn't do the level 80 update, because I want to get as close to 70 as possible. Then I can pretty much go ahead. I was actually tempted to, just say fuck it and start spending on the battle armor. I really wanted to get like at least the 6th cloak, maybe even go for the 10th if it wasn't that expensive. But I can tell you this, it gets really expensive for the higher cloaks. It gets extremely expensive. So I would probably assume it takes at least like, 50,000 ingots to max it? Maybe even more, who knows? I doubt I would go for max, but when they do have the battle armor spending event for it, I'm definitely going to try and see how far I can go, because it gives you a ton of battle power. And I'll talk more into depth once you basically see all the fights and seeing me fight Hanzo and everything. But oh boy, it was crazy. And the funny thing is, I actually was hoping it was going to be another like ninja recruit event. I just really wanted to get, I don't know, any other ninjas I don't have. Like if there was like a Akatsuki summoning event, something. I won't be able to hit 60 today, so I should hit 60. I don't know. I wouldn't say I should hit it tomorrow. Maybe I'll hit it tomorrow. And then here's me, I'm not trying to do all the cultivates, so I'm doing them one at a time. And then I realized, fuck it, let's just do everything. So I decided to just start putting in more, start going cultivates. I actually thought this team was going to work out. And I mean, my friend Skip, who's been giving me all these formations, they pretty much always work out. It's just the Ninja Exam one wasn't working out for me. I wasn't getting the RNG needed to beat it. And then I just feel like I'm too weak for it. So maybe I'll try at a higher battle power. Maybe even now, because the battle armor actually gave me a pretty good BP boost. So maybe I could try it now. But I'm low on cultivation runes. The best way of getting them is getting them through the survival trial. Then you also get some from Convoy. You also get some from, the daily mission. There's also a shop you can redeem. So then you're going to see me taking more L's with this team, man. I just could not get Karin. For some reason, I was just unable. So here I am, switching. I was like, fuck that, I'm done. Taking so many losses to Hanzo. I decided to go to the main and, pretty much using Ingendo because of his silence, whatever. And I had to find, basically, there was a 9-hit combo with this team, I think, if you had the Dog of Hell. But I was trying to find out which purple one was the equivalent of that. And I found out it was pretty much the Ninja Dog Shiba. That is the equivalent of the Dog Hell. So I had to use that pet. And that pretty much would give me the 8-hit combo that I needed. So once I got the 8-hit combo, I was like, okay, let's try and fight Hanzo. Take another L. I was like, oh my god. So I'm going to keep trying. And, finally, after a couple more tries, I can finally start beating it. So from now on, you're going to pretty much see me how I do the event. So the first round, you shouldn't worry about it. I don't really have a guide for you guys. This is just how I did it. It didn't work for me the other way with the teams I suggested. It worked for me with the pains. And I'm pretty sure I'm like the only person on the server who actually managed to beat Hanzo. I'm not sure if anyone else did. But as far as I can see, I'm the only one with like the level 1 battle armor so far. And it is just really hard. So don't get frustrated. Like, I was trying to beat it. And, finally got it. So basically, I auto the first 2 rounds. And then the 3rd round, I turn off the auto. I use Gakido's shield buff. And then I use the main's fire and Karin. Then pretty much, start off the combo. Next round hits, I do the main fire again. And Karin will pretty much die after the round ends because she is ignited and poisoned. So that's the good thing. Then after she dies, I pretty much just leave it back on auto and let the game play it out itself. And, it's frustrating because no matter how much damage you do, they have to get hit. Everything does 1 damage. That's why clones are really good in the team. Because, it doesn't matter how much damage you have. As long as they live, they're going to keep getting 1 extra attack in. And then you have to pretty much have an 8-hit combo team. I just have to keep saying that. It's all about combos, guys. It's all about combos. You do need the damage, like you can't be like, taking like forever to kill them. But after beating it, you get like low threads, you get mediums, you get clots as well. So doing normal gets you the low level thread, but you can get all 3 different types of materials, I believe. And you basically have 6 chances a week of doing Hanzo. So it's a good thing it's not daily, because I would be losing my mind. So now I can at least leave it towards like a relaxing day, or towards the weekend or something. You can do it 6 times a week, and then it resets every other week pretty much, and you keep doing it. So it will take you a while to to eventually get to the top, but that's how these games are, man. They have to keep you playing. They have to keep you playing for a long time so you can actually achieve something. Honestly, it is better when you actually grind out to achieve something, but you can take alternatives and just spend money and get ahead further. But it's pretty much what's working out from here on out. I kept trying what I did. It took me a while to realize like what to do. And then every time just focus Karin. I think after like this attempt, I finally realized what to do. So just auto for 2 rounds completely. Got my game plan ready. And the funny thing is, there was one time I lost, and I think that was the time when I went to actually walk out the girl, because I saw her. I was like, okay, I gotta make sure she's not gonna rob me or anything. Make sure she doesn't steal anything from the house. So after I killed Karin, I pretty much left it on auto, and then went ahead and walked her down, walked her outside. Explained to her where she should be going. And when I came back, I saw a defeat, so I was like, what the fuck? So I guess I might have gotten really unlucky, but, beating this shit 6 times in a row, it still takes a while. It really does. But at least I was actually able to beat it. I'm not sure which days this will reset. I mean, we got the update on Thursday, so what are the chances of it resetting next Thursday? Maybe it's on a weekend cycle, or maybe it's like every the start of every week they have to reset it. Who knows? I would just say, if you can clear this, try it out. Try to do it as soon as possible, just so we know when it's gonna start resetting. But overall, it's fun. I mean, it was something challenging. It was something to do other than struggling on Ninja exam the whole time. So I actually had some fun working around this. Now, I did not want to try any harder difficulties. I'm only gonna do easy until I basically go ahead and, I would say, require the higher level materials. That's when I'm gonna finally switch over to the next one. But it pretty much gets harder. I think. Right now I'm doing normal, or is this no? I think it's easy, which is 3 waves, and I think normal is the next one, which is 4 waves, and then hard is like 5 waves or something. And there's actually like a little tooltip when you go on the Hanzo fight. There's like a little book in the top right where you can close it. It kind of gives you an advice of what you should look out for, what you should try. So it's kind of nice that the game gives you a little helpful information. Otherwise, you have to pretty much learn from the players on how to do it. And I was really glad that the pain combo was just working out, man, because I really wanted to get this. I really wanted to start getting that cloak. That was pretty much all I really cared about, was just, damn, I want to have that pimp-ass cloak on my main. And, the last cloak, the level 10 one, actually kind of reminded me of how Minato has it. But, obviously it's not white. And, it doesn't say, like, whatever it says on the back. It's just like a flame cloak. But it looks really nice. And I can assume by the time you get that, your team is going to be stacked. It's going to have a ton of bonuses. But, yeah, you basically have one part, which is going to be giving you extra stats. Kind of like how Refine goes. But instead of giving, those kind of stats, you get the main stats for your character. So it's kind of like pretty much strengthening. Yeah, it's pretty much like you're strengthening the cloak, and it gives you bonuses to everything. So that's what you need the cloths for. Then the thread themselves is to upgrade it to the next level of the cloak. And, the first one is pretty easy. You only need 10 cloaks, or 10 threads, sorry. So by the time you get, pretty much if you can clear all 6 Hanzos this week, you can pretty much go straight to the first cloak. And then the second one takes 50 threads. So that's going to probably be, I don't know how long it's going to be. If I assume it got me a week to get 10 done, or 9, whatever it was, it's going to probably take you 5 weeks to get that. But the good thing is you can't buy these things in the shop. You just keep getting more expensive. So like I said, if you want, it's a good battle power boost. I might even like spend a little bit just to, try to see how far I can go without going too crazy. And then when you really want to max it out, you wait for that event. I don't know when it's going to come out, but in the future there's going to be one. And I have a picture of how it looks, so just in case you ever see this in the Naruto Online English version, you can go ahead and, pretty much expect it. But Hanzo himself, man, it's that freaking mystery that he does is really annoying. It just does a lot of damage. It poisons your team as well. Fucking annoying. I can't wait till we get Hanzo in the game, though. I remember seeing, I think I'd set up this about a few videos ago. Basically, there was a team with Hanzo, the Fortune Cherokee, and Kisame. And honestly, like, the shit that was going down with the mysteries was just epic. So I really want to try that out. A lot of people have been showing me some really cool teams as well. Pretty much a lot of, Chinese Naruto Online players, they have a lot of things to expect, and they use different formations. I saw somebody have the fucking thing I can't wait for is that Sage Hashirama, the pretty much the reanimated version. His mystery is the completely, you know, 1,000 Buddha statue. It's freaking nuts. Sorry about that. I got interrupted. You know, usually something when I'm doing something, I always get interrupted. But as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. I just realized, you know, while doing Convoy, that you actually do see the jacket in there. So I guess certain parts of the game you can still see it, but in battle you just don't. As far as I know, you don't see it in battle, but in a lot of things you do see the jacket, so that's pretty cool. Just gives you something else to look forward to. I really can't wait for those costumes though. Like I really want to get that. I saw someone in China have like a Madara Toby team, all this kind of OP shit, like a Susanoo Itachi, all this, and they had like the samurai outfit. It was like some blue samurai knight outfit going out for freaking the Fire Maiden. I'm just like, damn, I can't wait for that to come out. And you know, when the Fire Maiden makes a clone, it looks exactly like him as well. So that just looked really nice. But I can't remember if this is where I take that L. I really can't remember. No, so I think it's the next fight. The next fight is when I actually take that L because of what was going down today. But I really do enjoy the Pain team. Eventually, I do plan on getting a Tendo. But the only problem with me getting the Tendo is I need to get that freaking Chikimitsu Chio as well. I mean, I know everybody's been telling me like, oh, she's not that great. The thing is, she's not like too good as far as damage, but her combos, man. The fact that she can make a 19-hit combo with Tendo Pain, that's what makes it ridiculous. Now, I doubt anybody would survive a 19-hit combo from a Tendo. But, you know, I mean, Chio is pretty dank. I just assume that I wouldn't say she's a super rare because I've seen people tell me that they've seen somebody get it from a free draw. They've seen a Chio be pulled from there. I do think that Conan is the super rare for the 30s. I'm not sure who else would be. And, you know, from what I can tell, you either get Tendo or Hashirama after 400. And then you pretty much have to get the second one by 800. Now, I think a majority of people were actually getting Hashiramas instead of Tendos. So there's like another theory to consider. I don't know if this is accurate, but pretty much after you spent an X amount of money, probably like $200-300, that's when those summons activate. And there is a fixed basically pull rate at 400 for a super rare, but that means you could just get any super rare. So it's not really destined. I really hope that there's no duplicates though, because if I do decide to go for Tendo Pain, I don't want to end up, you know, getting a duplicate Hashirama, because then I'm just gonna like fucking kill myself. Pulling a duplicate Hashirama after you do another 400 is ridiculous. And I forgot to cut this out, so I'm going to have to go ahead and do that soon. This defeat thing is going on for a while. Alright, my apologies. So I had to kind of edit it out while I was recording the commentary. I was just stuck on the defeat screen for like a minute or two. That was pretty much because that was when I left downstairs to escort the girl out. And, you know, took that L when I came back, and I was like, damn, so I got to do it another time. And, you know, a lot of stuff has been going on. Just been getting a ton of views recently, a ton of comments. I do try to respond to as many comments as I can, at least the positive ones, because why the fuck should I respond to negative comments? But honestly, I can't get to them. Honestly, I've been getting so many comments recently that I'm just not used to. You know, I have so much stuff on my mind as well, so many things to do outside of the game, and seeing as many comments that I've been getting recently, I just really can't respond to all of them. So I want to apologize if I don't get to your comments, but I really do try to get to all of them as much as I can. As always, I always appreciate the tips. You know, that means I can actually, you know, keep improving my knowledge in the game and just keep getting better. But I was really glad that this Karin thing was just working out. Like when I finally figured out what to do with this Pain team just to keep winning, was really happy because I was just a pain in the ass. I mean, sucks that you can't really like, you know, suppress Hanzo at the start of the turn if he uses his freaking mystery, because most of the time it will go off. I don't think I had it where I actually stopped his mystery with even a Ningendo because they go after him. So it kind of sucks, but you know, Ningendo or the Fire Main pretty much start off the combo for me that I need. That's pretty much the way I have to succeed. But finally, you know, beating that freaking Hanzo 6 times, I'm done for the week. You get 3 different cloths, and you know, sometimes you get threads. So I pretty much had to swap over my talents for the, you know, the third page. So the third page I'm going to save for the Hanzo. The second one is straight up for the, what is it called? It is up straight for the, oh my god, what am I talking about? The second page is for Ninetales, sorry. The third page is going to be for the Hanzo. So my main page is going to be for everything else. Now, I forgot, I just realized this while I'm commentating. I do have a Great Ninja War clip from yesterday that I did want to show. I thought it was like an epic, it was like an epic fight in the Firelands. So that's pretty much I'm gonna put after all this. So here it is, upgrading. This gives you the extra stats. Use clots. I'm still on the low level thing now. The improve. This is where you use the threads, and that pretty much goes up in ranks for your transform. So when you go to the transform thing, this is pretty much how you do it. You have to improve them, and you unlock the next tier. But it does take a lot of threads. I can't even imagine for the higher ones. And I finally managed to get myself that jacket, so I was pretty happy. But soon you guys are gonna be seeing the screenshot, and this screenshot is the German event that they had for this thread stuff. So as you can see, you get a 30% discount from everything because I think the green thread is at least like 18 coupons in the shop. So now that it costs 9 ingots or whatever, it's really good. Get 30% off everything, and then at the bottom you have consumption packs. So when you spend 1K, 2K, 5K, 10K, 20K, I assume you get more materials out of it. So that is the event you want to save for. If you're going to go crazy for the spending, to get more battle power, to get yourself a better jacket, I highly recommend you wait for that event. I was going to actually go, spend quite a bit of ingots today and just, pretty much try to get my cloak as high as I can. But then I realized, my friend Skip showed me that event that Germany had, and I'm going to wait for that. That's something else to look forward to. But hopefully you guys are able to manage to beat Hanzo, because I have been trying to help a lot of people on my server. And it's really difficult, man. It's really difficult. A lot of people are getting stuck on Shizune. And I just keep telling them, try it out with this team. And I did manage to go up to 16,500 battle power after getting the jacket and everything. So I did jump up like 700 BP alone from that. And in the information page, it basically tells you what the standard attributes you get from, the upgrades. And then basically the other attributes are what your jacket gives alone. So I can only imagine that last jacket gives you a shit ton of battle power. And I had to pretty much go into the lineup, upgrade stuff a little bit, because you have to adjust your lineup every day just so the battle power pretty much gets up to date. And I just pretty much challenged the two strongest players in ranked battle, because I want to bring you guys more of an entertaining fight. And it's always fun just to see this many ninjas go at it with each other. It's also nice because a lot of people also have the pains, so eventually there's gonna be like just huge ass wars going on. And it's just, I don't know, it's just been a lot of fun playing the game. Well, now that I go to every other game that I want to do on my channel, it's just like, damn, like, I really miss the gameplay of Naruto Online. And I can't get Naruto Online out of my mind when I'm talking about the other games. So that's the problem with me playing all these different games, that it just all goes into my mind, and I just basically can't choose which game to talk about, what to do, and I get a lot of terms mixed up because each game has a lot of things that they share, but they just have different names for it. So it's always a big mistake when it comes to that. And yeah, as far as the Great Ninja War though, we did have it yesterday. Sadly, we did win the first round, but we lost the second round. So we're gonna be in the winners bracket on Saturday. And the Flying Raijin members couldn't join this week. There's a lot of them active actually, but I don't know what happened to Brawler, man. He's pretty much fell down behind. He's really far down in ranked battle now, far down in battle power. He hasn't been online in 3 days, and just no idea what happened, honestly. So I hope everything is good. Hopefully he comes back, because that's part of the key to success to winning the Great Ninja War again. I mean, if we have Brawler, that's going to pretty much be a lot better, as well as, letting everybody else that joined from Flying Raijin fight, because my guilds, or my group, I don't know why I keep saying guild, we just got severely strong once everybody merged. We're pretty much right behind Konoha as far as battle power goes, and they have a majority of the top 20. So the fact that we caught up is pretty good. I really want to actually go to World of Warcraft real quick, just going off topic a little bit, because Legion came out on Tuesday and I still haven't played it. I think I still have a few days of membership left, and I did buy Legion months ago, so I want to try it out just to see. But I have so many things on my mind, I don't really know when I can play it, what I can do. And grinding to level 110, another 10 levels is just gonna be at least 2-3 days of playing for me, because I can't really play hardcore right now. Just a lot of time consuming stuff. I still want to try to bring some other videos out, so I will keep doing Naruto Online videos every day. That's one thing I go for. Pretty much Naruto Online takes priority, and then if I have time, if I have the energy, I'll go ahead and do another upload. So I would say expect these videos as much as you can. This Naruto Online video is going to go up a little bit later, and that's just because this Hanzo thing, man, it took way too long. Thursday is my day off, pretty much, where I have to focus on everything else. I have to focus on college papers as well and all that. And it's just, having to spend my entire morning with a random guest, just barging into my house, and then doing this Hanzo stuff in the morning just really took a lot out of me. It took an extremely long time to do everything. So pretty much while I'm recording, it's like way over 1 o'clock my time. So I assume the video is going to go up 3 to 4 o'clock today. I was going to do a Bleach Online video today as well, but you know, unfortunately I don't have the time for that. So I will have a Bleach Online video up tomorrow, as well as a Naruto Online, and you know, just pretty much the way I have to do it. I try to do videos on time as much as I can, but sadly I have to wait till my uncle moves out because he was temporarily staying with me, and as he works with my dad, and pretty much when he moves out I can work in an office. Alright, so as I was saying, you know, once my uncle pretty much moves back to Poland, I'm going to try to get an office space going in the room that he's staying in right now. Gonna try to basically I'm gonna build my own PC. You know, I'm terrible at building shit, but I'm just gonna get the parts, have my friend build it. Pretty much trying to go for like a 3-monitor setup with a really good desktop that has at least like 32 gigs of RAM and the best processor I can get. This way I can render videos at a way faster speed. So this was the Great Ninja War. Pretty much the thing is they left me all alone in the fire thinking I could handle it because, you know, they never really stacked it. But this was the first time I seen them put Kapow red, and then they also put a third person. I can't really see the name. Dylan, sorry. So they put those three, and they also had, I think, another person. So there was like 4 or 5 people I had to fight against. And, you know, we pretty much put some like average players just as like meat shields, because if I had to go 1v3, I would lose. They would all focus me and destroy me. So you have to put people together. And, you know, it was really clutch in the end. I just thought I was going to get smoked because I didn't expect to fight Kapow and Red. You know, they're like the top players of Konoha. And, you know, Kapow being the second strongest, so I really didn't expect me to have to go up against them. I just thought they were going to do what they always do. Like, they stack the other parts extremely well, and they just really ignore it because they assume I'm always going to be here. And for the majority, I think I am. You know, just pretty much trying to get to 10 points. And I think they kind of did the same strategy as we did. I mean, people were telling me just go for 21 points as a group, and we did that. And, you know, it was going well, and then we took the L. So that rhymed, unfortunately. But, yeah, I mean, nothing you can do. We definitely lacked a lot of manpower. So, you know, we tried our best, but in the end, we just didn't have enough people. Hopefully next week, after the 7-day cooldown, you know, Flying Raiji members are going to come in and just help us, you know, pretty much have a closer game. If not, we really want to win it. And that's pretty much the way it's going to go. Yesterday as well, I think like someone from Konoha said that, you know, the reason why we won the first week is because a lot of people pretty much merged into that group. So yeah, that's why I assumed that majority of the groups just disbanded and then went to one. And, you know, it kind of lacks away from the competition just because they have the entire top 20 almost. Like I said before, I think we only have like 4 or 5 people from the top 20 in the group. And one of them kind of quit, as far as I can say. So, you know, there's not much competition in Great Ninja War. It's pretty much my group against Konoha. And then there's only 2 like groups with not a lot of people in there, just because everybody else is either in my group or this group. So, you know, it's not as competitive as Server 1 Great Ninja War. But, you know, we still have to try and win. You know, there's no point in trying to lose. And it was really down to the wire, man. So after I saw Lei get taken out, and then, you know, Dan or whatever, Dan of the 6-way, he was left with only like 1 or 2 ninjas. I really thought I was going to get smoked because they're going to pile up on me. But then I managed, you know, to take out the other 2 and then focus on Kapow. And then we pretty much had to fight the last person. So this pretty much guaranteed the victory for the fire. Iruka did just fall asleep, but it's all good about that. You know, he'll be back for the next fight. And then we pretty much have to wait and see, just to see what else is going to happen in the other lands. So we did win the 3 points land, which was good, but we didn't have any people on the other lands. And that was kind of a mistake. We should have put at least 1 person on all the other lands just to try and contest to, you know, not leave them empty. But it was down to the Land of Wind, and, you know, we did put a lot of strong players in there. I kind of felt that we should have had Fate Spell in there as well, just, you know, to pretty much strengthen it even more. But I always say that every time Konoha fights in the Great Ninja War, they always put at least 1 or 2 strong people in every land. So that's why we had to put there as a safety precaution just in case. But, you know, watching us get ready to take that L was just, oh man, it was something not something that I wasn't looking forward to. And, you know, nothing you could do though. It was a team effort, so fair play to Konoha, you know, for outnumbering us and everything. But we're going to have to fight them again in the pretty much finals So who knows what's gonna happen? I mean, gonna have to think of some other strategy. At least not until the flying Raijin, can actually participate. But that's gonna be on Saturday. So at worst case scenario, at least we're still guaranteed second place. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys are actually able to manage to beat Hanzo. And sorry for the late upload, but I was trying my best. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.